All right, so welcome everybody. This is the Sons of Trier 2023 holiday special recorded on December 22nd, 2023. Just going to be released in time to the public for you all to enjoy this secret lost episode of the 90s into early 2000s sci-fi show Stargate SG-1. I personally love this show a lot. We've been having a lot of fun watching these and then talking about the shitty existence that is politics and the real world. It's a nice kind of lighter side thing. Tonight's cast is larger than normal, I would say. We have a lot of special guest stars. I'm going to get through, we'll give everybody a chance to say hello, and then we're going to get right to it because you're all here to hear this wonderful episode that we have found in the MGM lots during a quote unquote legal raid of the property. Stargate SG-1's secret episode, GOAT. So I'd like to introduce first my regular cast members. I'd like to introduce Michael Jordan Peterson.
Oh,
He will be playing TEAL'C tonight, and I'd like to introduce Cenk Engels.
Yo.
Cenk will have the distinguished role of Dr. Daniel Jackson. I'd like to introduce Juniper Nest.
Sup?
And Juniper will be our Samantha Carter. And I'd like to introduce the true horror, Christopher Gadsden.
Hey.
He's going to be our wonderful Colonel Jack O'Neill. On top of that, we have a couple special guest stars. I'd like to introduce Skirt Vonnegut.
I've just been informed that Glassner is suing the podcast.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I'd like to introduce Bill Herring.
Hey there, I'm the new guy.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we recorded it for the Sons of Trier. I think it wasn't even called the Sons of Trier the last time we did this.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, it was just me with a microphone yelling about politics.
Yeah.
The alpha version, if you will, version 1.0.
Yeah, well, Zach was there too.
Yeah, that's
At
what I
the
mean.
time.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, it was basically just you.
Yeah, it's decades ago. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'd like to introduce the love of my life, my wife.
Hi.
Hi, honey. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks, Heather.
Welcome.
Try
This
not to
better
say
be
her
a
real
Christmas
name.
present, because goddamn.
Okay, so without further ado, we would like to present to you again the 2023 Christmas special, the Lost Stargate SG-1 episode. Canonically speaking, it fits in between Season 2, Episode 9 and Season 2, Episode 10. So this is an unrecorded episode. They scrapped the script, and I think you'll see why. I think you'll see why, but I think it would have been worth it, you know? I'm rather proud of this script that we did legally obtained. This is Stargate SG-1's lost episode, GOAT. Fade in, exterior, twilight, tracking shot, temple structure, Greek architecture. Fade to, aerial shot, temple complex. The shot pans to a large crowd gathered before an altar. At the altar stands a lone goat chained to remain in place. A woman in black, who appears to be in superficially ceremonial garb, approaches the crowd. The woman in black is holding a veiled canister. Several men bring a prisoner in rags near the goat.
Hail Pan!
Hail
Pan!
Today we will witness the rebirth of Dead Pan.
The crowd cheers. Ah! Ah! Yay! Woo! This guy rocks! The woman in black unveils the canister. Inside is a G.O.A.T parasite writhing about. She approaches the prisoner.
Is the vessel ready?
Please, just listen. I have this real estate investment. I can cut you all in on it. You'll make massive returns. We got it tied to the Greek pension system. We can stand to make a killing. Let me go, and I can get you in at 5%.
It is time. Hold him.
That's 7.2. That's a really good deal. You all can stand to make millions.
The guards hold the prisoner's head down.
8.4. It's the best I can do. Please.
The woman in black opens the canister and retrieves the G.O.A.T parasite. She places it on the prisoner's neck.
9.8. I swear. That's oh God.
The gold parasite burrows into his skin as he screams and jerks in pain. Then,
Pan is dead.
Hail
Pan!
Pan!
Your god is reborn.
Hail
Pan!
The woman in black has undone the prisoner's restraints, and the prisoner approaches the goat while disrobing. The woman in black follows, retrieving oil from somewhere, pouring it onto the prisoner's body and massaging him.
Your god is joy. Let us revel in the rebirth of me, the great sun god, Pan.
The crowd cheers. Yeah! The prisoner's eyes glow, signaling total gold dominance of the host. The woman in black also kneels before the prisoner. The prisoner caresses the goat lovingly. Fade out. Cut to Stargate SG-1 opening. Commercial break. Fade in. Exterior, day. Cheyenne Mountain Complex, tracking shot. 2 guards are on duty watching a truck approach.
Why do you always say nice when a truck enters the mountain?
Cut to interior, Cheyenne Mountain Complex, gate control room. General Hammond and Walter, along with other scientific and Stargate Command military personnel, are busy at work.
Off-world activation!
The Stargate activates.
Do we have an IDC?
It's SG-1, sir.
Colonel O'Neill.
Inbound transmission, sir. Sir, it's us. We're coming in hot.
Open the iris.
The iris activates. The Stargate shimmers, showing it is indeed active.
SG-3, 5, and 7 to the gate room. Hold your fire until SG-1 is clear. Then open fire on anything that comes through the gate.
As the Stargate teams pour into the gate room heavily armed, Captain Carter comes crashing through the gate, landing on her gear. Captain Carter's uniform shows signs of wear and tear.
We need a medical team in here, sir.
Medical team to the gate room.
As medical staff arrive in the gate room, TEAL'C and Daniel Jackson arrive through the gate. TEAL'C is carrying 2 sets of gear on his back, his staff weapon, and Daniel Jackson in a fireman's carry. Daniel Jackson is riddled with arrows.
Owie.
Jackson requires medical assistance.
TEAL'C drops the gear and the staff weapon and effortlessly tosses Daniel Jackson face down on a gurney as one would flip a pizza in the air. You know, if that was actually possible.
TEAL'C, be careful with that.
TEAL'C has rearmed himself and taken position in front of the gate.
Gear is fine, Daniel Jackson.
I meant me, TEAL'C. Be careful with me.
I have cared fully with you, Daniel.
Daniel Jackson is wheeled out of the gate room. After a few seconds, a bevy of arrows flies through the gate, all above the head of Colonel O'Neill. 2 Marines are riddled with arrows as a result. O'Neill rushes through the gate, then pulls the pin on a hand grenade and tosses it back through.
Give them hell, boys.
The military personnel unload into the gate for a full 30 seconds, exchanging arrows with machine gun fire and hand grenades. Hammond allows this. Then,
Close the iris.
the iris closes, and the dings of arrows smacking into the iris register through the gate room. 1 airman proceeds to unload another full clip into the iris.
Airman, ceasefire.
The panicking airman ignores the order, continuing to unload his weapon at the iris.
TEAL'C.
With little warning, TEAL'C disarms the airman and tosses him into the iris. The airman dings off of it, falling to the ground unconscious. Say it again.
I believe he is no longer armed, Colonel O'Neill.
Excellent. Hammond rushes to the gate room. Carter stands up from her battle position.
Good work. Next time I'm going to that girly bar, Brigadier.
I do not know why you would need me to lift a bar meant for girls, O'Neill. Are you incapable of completing the task yourself?
Carter and O'Neill exchange glances.
Sir, you realize that was an incoming wormhole.
Yes, I do, Captain.
From the planet.
Yes, that's how it works.
So our return fire would just evaporate at the event horizon.
Right.
So why did we...
Colonel, do you want to explain why we spent over 14 million in ammunition and incoming wormhole?
I'd like to know how we're going to explain the deaths of these airmen, sir.
That is the least of my concern. The higher authorities are very troubled at our ammunition expenditures, Colonel.
Our authorities, we have a planet to defend.
Not to mention the fact that this was a diplomatic mission.
I want to see you in the debriefing room in 1 hour.
Nor the fact that Daniel looks like Swiss cheese.
I assume this cheese is used as a battle training target?
More like the result of it.
Debriefing, 1 hour. You are all dismissed.
Establishing. Debriefing room. Interior. Day. Time indeterminate due to being underground. Hammond is sitting in the front seat of this conference table while O'Neill, TEAL'C, Daniel, and Carter sit at the chairs flanking each side.
And so, in summary, that's why I blame Daniel for the failure of this mission.
Jack, with all due respect, the chieftain's wife came on to me.
Did not appear that way, Daniel Jackson. That would imply you were underneath her, not standing behind her.
Or that you weren't pulling her hair.
Or that you weren't wearing his crown also.
Are you not concerned about Sheree, Daniel Jackson?
That's not cool, TEAL'C. I'm devastated she's become enslaved by the Ammonite. And that she's the mother of versus child of Apophis.
Who?
Apophis?
I'm trying to picture him.
The false god I was forced to serve.
Tried to kill us 5 months ago?
Had the gold armor?
He and his son tried to destroy Earth.
It's not ringing any bells.
The Egyptian guy? Lots of Horus guards?
That doesn't really narrow it down a lot.
The guy with all the eyeliner.
Oh, Maybelline. Yeah, sure.
Maybelline?
I mean, I could have gone with Mary Kay, I guess.
How can you not remember him?
Well, the gold all look the same.
They have hosts of every predominant Earth ethnic group, Jack. They physically can't look the same.
Not to mention other potential hosts.
Can they take non-human hosts?
It is possible. The G.O.A.T are satisfied with a body if it has an orifice and a central nervous system.
That's pretty much how men work on Earth, too.
Carter.
Wow, Sam.
Daniel.
Your protest seems out of place, Daniel Jackson. Is that not a reason we failed our last mission?
Wow.
SG-1, that is enough.
Sorry,
sir.
Sorry,
sir.
sir.
Now, on to more pressing concerns.
Sir?
Yes, Captain?
So we're just not going to talk about what happened an hour ago?
I think your track record speaks for itself. You'll fill out the mission report, and I'll review it further from there. The Pentagon and other relevant higher authorities will also see a copy of the report, as is normal.
Which higher authorities?
Excuse me, Captain?
I'm sorry, sir. I just...
You know what? I'll take responsibility for Captain Carter. And which higher authorities are we talking about? The President, the Vice President, Secretary of Defense, the Joint Chiefs of Staff?
NID? CIA? FBI?
Perhaps you refer us to a council of relevant elders.
Enough. I've had it with your insubordination today.
I concur. They are being really insubordinate.
That's enough out of you, too. Dr. Jackson. Colonel O'Neill.
Sir.
Hammond takes a moment to adjust himself and regain his composure.
The reason I called you here primarily is your next mission. As it turns out, Earth may be compromised by a ghoul.
You're kidding.
I assure you, I am not.
Hammond activates a nearby projector.
Our Greek allies have noticed that on their island, Cavaliani, a temple has arisen. It has not been built by any registered member of a Greek or European Union governing body, nor any governing body.
The slide projector continues with pictures of satellite and helicopter surveillance.
Nor have there been any permits to build on the island or by any corporate entity. Yet construction of the temple occurred within the past few years, and more tourists than ever have been reported going to the island.
Oh. So some rich wacko with a Greek fetish, maybe?
I would write it off the same, but for reports of the few who leave the island and apparently operate a logistics chain. The reports from those traders tell of the glorious return of Pan.
Pan?
That is the name of the that is being repeated. Now, even that would not be alarming, but some of the supplies being requested are pretty incredible and lead to the suspicion of an active Gould.
What kind of supplies?
Normal items: food, livestock feed, small arms, ammunition,
Pretty standard stuff.
barrels of flammable material, materials for the fabrication and dispersible of flammable materials.
Oh, it's totally normal purchases, really.
Personal lubricants totaling 1 megaliter delivered in hundreds of kilometers.
Really, just things you can find in an average home.
Marital aid specifically designed for copper subjects.
What?
Marital aids?
For sheep?
Most likely the Valaki breed of goats.
Everyone looks at Daniel with confusion and disgust.
Pan was a satyr god, a half goat, half human formed god, one of sexual revelry.
In G.O.A.T, it is a heavy insult levied at only the most hated of enemies.
What does it mean?
In your language, it would be something to the effect of goat
Establishing Greek island of Cavaliani. Pan is leading his priestess, the woman in black, to a bedroom. Priestess, come. Sit and bask with your god and his queen.
Praise be.
Yes, yes, praise be. The priestess takes her seat on a low couch near a large heart-shaped bed. Pan climbs onto the bed, approaching a figure dressed in brown silk garb. Pan lifts the veil, exposing a Valhiki goat's head. I am close in my research, priestess. Soon I shall be able to shed this disgusting human form and improve upon its design.
Your great work, my lord.
So it will. I have attempted it many times with countless queens, but this one feels powerful, dominant, befitting the offspring of a god. The perfect vessel and soon the most perfect race this galaxy will have ever seen.
Hail, Pan of Olympus.
Yeah. Do you ever relax?
My lord, have I done wrong to thee?
Even the guards are out of earshot. There is no need to continue to praise me. I know I am praiseworthy. Also, I notice you have not commented on my queen's beauty.
Well, she
She
is very,
very
very beautiful, my lord.
say it.
More beautiful than me.
Much more beautiful than you.
She is, I mean, you know, look at her.
Pan rises, revealing his G.O.A.T hand device. I order you to end this insolence and praise my queen.
I mean, I look terrible compared to her.
Like puddles of filth.
Yep.
Like a worm-ridden corpse.
That's me compared to a goat.
Pan's eyes glow as he fires off an energy blast near the priestess's head. The priestess jerks back, frightened. You are scum compared to my queen, literal filth. Behold her beauty, her perfect teats compared to your lumpy mounds, her long, beautiful tongue, her beautiful horizontal irises, her perfect horns. You have nothing when you compare yourself to my queen but your inferior, pure Tauri genetics. The priestess is moved to tears. Pan sighs and approaches her. I have made a mistake, and I am sorry.
My lord, There is no need to apologize.
Pan slaps her. That is what you should be saying to my queen! Be gone from my bedchamber! My experiment shall continue! The priestess bows and flees the room. And bring me the lubricant! Commercial break. Establishing. Outdoor. Day. SG-1 is negotiating boat travel in Greece.
The Postin Cavallini?
Chiede capente cireales drachma boronese paulicae.
Limpia la calio porona cola ile octa chile de drachma.
Tu caletero po borona canoi nae nasopona gaintis.
Daniel approaches the rest of the team.
So we got a boat, or
Daniel shakes his head dismissively as he speaks.
Could have gone better.
what's wrong?
He wants $50 to transport us.
So what? Give him 50.
A person.
So give him 200.
No, I know we can do it for cheaper.
Daniel.
Daniel Jackson, General Hammond has appropriated to us several thousand units of your currency. We can easily pay this man for the use of his naval vessel.
We're trying to track a dangerous enemy operative in Allied territory as quickly as possible.
Yeah, just pay him.
I'm certain he wants me to haggle.
Is that what he said?
Oh, it's the spirit of the Mediterranean.
What the hell are you on about?
Mediterranean culture thrives on haggling and ad hoc negotiation, going back to the Donnas and the Hellenes. It's just a method that they use to establish trust. I just need a little more time.
Donans and Hellenes?
Ancient Greek peoples.
I'm almost certain those are the same.
Well, you're an astrophysicist, and I'm an anthropologist, not an archaeologist, and an archaeologist. I think I'd know.
Daniel Jackson, you are currently exhibiting the traits of a female dog preparing to mate.
Huh? What?
You're being a little bitch, Daniel.
Indeed.
Wow.
Dr. Jackson?
Jack?
Perhaps you can just pay the very modern Greek man with the boat instead of treating him like a pre-modern savage.
Wow, Jack, that's pretty offensive.
Fine, sorry, all right. Instead of treating him like a pre-modern animal.
Not better.
Listen, I can get him to 35 easily.
Hey, buddy.
Aye?
Okay, here. Make the boat go now.
Aye?
See, Daniel, look at that. I haggled.
Now he won't trust us.
Jesus, Daniel.
SG-1 and the Greek sailor load onto the boat.
Camimenoi Americanoi.
Is that any of your crew speak English?
Nae aldenteo na milisote seesas.
What'd he say?
No, none of them do.
Act 2. Establishing exterior, night, temple on Cavagliani. The court of Pan is engaged in sexual debauchery, toned down for cable television primetime, meaning instead of a massive public orgy, it's mostly like wine drinking, making out, some weird rubbing and grinding, and really shitty knockoff Greek ethnic music, and a big stage with a fire, a goat, and Pan gazing on approvingly. The goat is dressed in fine silks as bikini-clad veiled women spray incense from those Greek Orthodox incense burners around it. There's a lot going on, but ultimately this set is of establishing shots is just make you vaguely horny, and really we're paying a lot of extras for this shot, hence why it's lingering on a bit too long. The camera pans to a really hot Greek, Spanish, Italian, Arab. Who's to say she's an extra? A woman with big naturals getting grinded on by three muscular, half-naked guys. If that doesn't do for you, we did pack in the corners of the shot some LGBT folks. We can't afford a lot side for being discriminatory on sexual grounds, but this is the Sci-Fi Channel. We also can't handle a lot from some family first group. My servants, are you not entertained?
Hail, Pan!
Hail me! I am told there are some of your men coming for me.
They come for
They come for
Pan.
I sure hope so. Yes, we shall greet our future guests with the utmost courtesy and convince them to join our court.
They come for
Pan.
That never gets old. If they do seek to harm your god, what shall you do?
Make them learn.
No, you idiots! You will kill them.
Well, that
That's
seems
time
like
for
much,
the
but you're wrong.
Your
Damn
God.
right I am. Pan walks to the goat, who is now being adorned by the priestess. She wasn't there a minute ago, but we're trying to film over 24 hours of television in like 6 months. I don't know. One of you nerds can point it out at convention meet and greet later if it's such a big deal.
My lord, your queen.
Pan strokes the goat's back lovingly. Shh.
She is beautiful.
The most beautiful. Is she ready?
Yes, my lord. She has been primed for the experiment.
I have a very good feeling about tonight.
Yes, my lord.
Perhaps after I have finished, you could perform with my queen, if she will permit it.
I couldn't dream of laying my filthy, non-hooven hands on a god, my lord.
Yes. Yes. See to it you do not lose that reverence for the sanctity of my queen. Although I too shall reward you.
Your presence is a suitable reward for someone as lowly as me.
Your loyalty to me is admirable, but as my high priestess, you deserve a more fitting reward.
I cannot in my lifetime thank you sufficiently for such praise, my lord.
Indeed. In fact, to reward you, I shall let you in on the knowledge this filthy, primitive host has. This one has been holding a method of laundering your primitive ruler's debts via your financial system. I shall reward you with this knowledge.
You are far too kind, my lord Pan.
Establishing. Cavaliani, day. SG-1 departs from the boat.
All right, people. Let's get a base camp set up. I want communications up within half an hour. Teal, scout out local area. Look for any signs of guards, patrols, guests. Whoever's here, I want to know everything about them, including what they had for dinner last night. Daniel, you're a man of comms, and get any intel on Pan that you can. Carter, you're with me. We're going to operate a baseline patrol until Teal gets back. And silence, people. We're on a stealth operation here.
Sir!
Sir.
Each scatters to their assigned operation. Daniel pulls out a large book of mythology and the largest laptop this side of the 2000s.
Let's see. Just a few more hours to connect to the internet, and I'll be able to remote communicate with SG-1 and retrieve what we might have.
Daniel pulls out another large laptop, somehow larger than the previous.
And simultaneously, I'll start connecting this to check the local Greek newspaper reports.
Daniel then pulls out a third large laptop, almost mini-fridge sized.
And we'll use this top of the line model to connect to the IRC. Just check up on the Cavallini dating scene for research purposes. Yes.
Carter and Anil are establishing a forward operating base. Anil is setting up tents and is preparing to dig a trench. Carter is reviewing ordnance versus a single sheet manifest.
Sir?
What is it, Captain?
Well, Colonel, I'm checking over this manifest. I see a Mark II device.
This should say miniaturized, but yes.
We're in Greece.
I don't follow.
Sir, this is Allied territory.
Occupied by a hostile foreign power.
I mean, that I get, sir, but we've smuggled in an active nuclear weapon.
Miniaturized.
Right, a small nuclear weapon.
Really small.
Into an allied nation's territory. You're not seriously planning to detonate this thing, are you?
Oh, rather than become host to this goat weirdo. Yeah, you better believe I'll do it. I'll do it in a fucking heartbeat.
Sir, there are civilians on this island.
Civilians.
I'm sorry, sir?
Civilians. Who?
I'm really not.
Who are working for a gold. A goat loving gold.
Oh my God.
Listen, Carter, you'd be really happy to know that my first two ideas were shot down.
What was your first idea?
Like a World War II, like a Pacific Theater style attack. Blame Russia for it.
Oh my God.
Hey, quick and easy. Back to arguing with that chieftain for Nakwata. Now, will you check the P90s so I can get to digging the latrine?
Yes, sir.
All right, then.
What was the second?
I'm sorry.
Your second shot down proposal for how to handle the situation, sir.
Well, it was called too unorthodox, not viable, and also crude. Can't believe that came from a colonel's mouth.
What was it?
You know, we got all that excess mothership debris in the local star system.
From blowing up Apophyse's motherships.
Yeah, after we whopped Mary Kay's fucking ass. Well, these had Nakwata on them, right? From the internal ring system.
Yes.
Well, if you just hurl that stuff at the island, it's pretty much the same thing as after colliding with the target area. You get tidal waves afterwards, wiping the whole island and everything near it off the map. No more gold.
Have you considered not turning to international war crimes as an opening move?
Well, yeah, that's why we're here. That was option 3, Special Forces Surgical Strike.
Meanwhile, TEAL'C is scouting the surrounding area and encounters the edge of Pan's compound. TEAL'C encounters some Pan cultists as he readies his staff weapon.
Hey, friend.
Identify yourself.
We are servants of the great Lord Pan, friend.
Pan. The false god Pan?
That's no way to talk about the great god.
Pan is a parasite. Pan is no god.
Well, friend, that kind of talk isn't taken too kindly around these parts, and provides for us in exchange for our service.
Why would a great god need your service?
Well, a great god's not going to is not milking and grooming those goats for one.
The cultists wave their arms towards a small slope where several goats are grazing.
And I mean, who's running logistics around here? Supplies, cooking? A god stays with their great works, not menial labor.
Slaves perform menial labor. Slave masters are above it. Pan is no god.
Friend, you keep talking like that, and we're going to have a problem.
I do believe that if we come into conflict over your false god, medical intervention will be necessary.
What?
Both cultists then pull out Zat beam weaponry. TEAL'C utilizes his staff weapon's lance functionality and beats them up. Pretty badly, as these are basically just vacationers. No fighting skills.
I did not say I be in need of the intervention.
TEAL'C activates his radio.
Colonel O'Neill.
Roger, Teal, what's up?
I mean, we should at least disable Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Gil, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's your line, Carter.
Yeah, but I had already skipped it. Okay. I mean, we should at least disable this weapon. So the worst that will happen is... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Enough about the bomb, Carter. Sorry, Teal, go ahead.
I am just west of your position and have encountered Pan's fortifications. I have disabled 2 of his slaves.
Well, time up, gag him and wait for us.
They were armed with G.O.A.T beam weapons.
What, we're talking the staff weapons?
Socknick-tail weaponry.
Oh, Pan likes to party. All right, we'll be there soon. Hold your position.
Understood.
Cut to the forward operating base.
Daniel, Teal'C's under fire. It's go time. We're going to go do the tried and true thing.
Daniel on his largest laptop.
Pretty sure we could find the time.
He cracks his fingers. Talking as he types.
What say you and I?
O'Neill and Carter approach him. Carter grabs the laptop screen, startling Daniel.
Give me that.
Daniel, is there something you'd like to share with the rest of the class?
Flustered.
Jack, I was just telling General Hammond we're going to proceed and we'll need radio silence.
Captain, please confirm that's what Daniel was doing?
Carter looks over the laptop.
Well, he did dig up some intel.
O'Neill also looks over the laptop. Daniel freezes up like a schoolboy.
No. Fairly impressed she can do that.
It's a medical marvel, sir.
I was trying to get a mole in Pan's operation.
You were definitely trying to get into Pan's organization. I agree.
Impressively deep.
Jack, my wife's gone, and I haven't had time to process it.
Okay, we get it, Daniel. Just gear up. We're going to the rendezvous point in 3.
What happens in the local cluster stays in the local cluster.
What happens in her local clusters anyway?
Act 3. Establishing Pan's compound, night. Pan is leading a nightly procession for his followers. SG-1 is posted in the woods just outside. Like, I'm like embarrassingly close. In real life, it'd be like hiding in the middle of the living room. But this is already an expensive show, and we're not made of money. Besides, we can fix it in post. Hail, Pan!
Hail, Pan!
Hail your god!
Hail your god!
Oh, no! Hail, Pan!
Oh,
Our Savior, Lord! It is our Lord! Or my Lord!
We're talking
We're
pretty
pretty
principally as a group here.
As a group here.
Hail, Pan!
We're trying, but we're getting confused.
That's
That's our fault.
And it is a
collective
that we're all
pretty
sure
of.
That we came out
Enough
talking
like this.
As a group,
As a group,
fairly
it's
impressive.
fairly impressive.
We all
We all
just
just think that's part of your doing. Our ability to do this with such complex thoughts and particular word choices.
Enough!
Are you sure?
We're
kind of
here.
We could keep going.
Watch.
Hail,
Pan!
Hail, great God!
Hail
the risen
God!
Hail, God eternal! Hail, the supreme God!
Rise,
our God! Hail, our God!
I get the point. Thank you.
We only
We only know from your stories.
That
God
God
sounds
like
like
you.
suck.
Not like
Not like you. You're the best God.
Enough! Enough!
Our apologies, my God. Our God? No.
Not
this again.
Bring me my bride! The priestess approaches with the goat from earlier. Hail the beauty of your goddess!
Wow.
She looks
Great.
Who does her
her hair.
I am close to completing the cross-breeding project that will make your kind so much more powerful, so much better than a lowly, ugly human or Jafar, and so much more beautiful than the Unas!
Ugly compared to your goddess.
Yes! Hideous by comparison!
We wish we were that goat.
Are they mocking me?
No, my lord. They'd never do that.
You'd all tell me if you were mocking me, right?
Absolutely. You're the most level-headed of all of us. There's no way that would backfire.
Good. Yes, as I was saying, I have solved the cross double helix problem, and will soon have a powerful new race at my command. And then you will all breed and become the mothers and fathers of a superior new race. From there, we will conquer this world, then the galaxy!
See, there it is. Every time. They can't fucking help themselves.
Moths to a stupid flame.
Like dogs eating their own vomit.
They are readily comparable to the Jaffa warriors serving under the minor Gauds.
It's not really a punchy comparison.
Yeah, our frame of reference is
You'll have to elaborate on that, TEAL'C.
Other minor Gauds have similar delusions of grandeur, of remaking the stars and galaxies, while they spend most of their time being beaten up by their masters or left to rot in primitive worlds.
Stars.
Yeah. What did we do?
Compared to Gaud technology, this world is primitive.
Don't Jaffa live in stone houses?
Considering your morals, Daniel Jackson, I presume that my stone house was sturdier than your glass house.
See, Daniel, this is why we keep telling you to cool it down.
Made yourself a target-rich environment.
Yeah, I can feel the wounds.
It is not our fault, Daniel Jackson. The three of us are wearing the standard battle garments of your military. You are the only one wearing a pant of an exotic dancer.
What?
Look, he's new at razzing people. Give him a moment.
I mean only to say our pants do not have snap-on buttons on the side for easy.
Daniel, you're a man whore.
That's not fair. The Golds have taken Charade, and I'm grieving.
Everyone exchanges glances.
All right, I get it.
I feel like we missed something.
Possibly important intel.
Did Pan just imply
that he'd be crossbreeding humans and goats?
I did inform you that the meaning of his name is in Gaud.
Well, I thought that was just because he sucked.
Gaud is a very literal language.
Yeah, I see that now.
Guards approach their position.
Carter and TEAL'C, take him down.
Sir!
Carter and TEAL'C attack. The guards are easily beaten. Director's note. Get just the absolute largest Midwestern boat salesman. Rush Limbaugh round. Like Humpty Dumpty round. This is a bit of humor in an otherwise very serious script, and we want to break the tension before the big reveal in battle. So the less likely it is that one of these people are guards, the better it is.
Sir, come take a look at this.
I think I bought a car from that guy in high school.
where are the Jaffa?
Without access to the Choppa, it is unlikely that Pan was unable to keep his army replenished and had to make do with the available humans.
Okay, but these aren't even well-trained military personnel. These are just...
It's like random hayseeds, basically.
Well, these might be the only people stupid enough to hang around an enigmatic weirdo's private island.
Indeed.
They weren't even armed. They just had a purple and gold sash.
All right, people. Safety's on until we run into the boss.
There is no safety on my staff weapon.
Look, I'm pretty sure if you just look at some of these people right, they'll pass out. Just be gentle but assertive.
I've been told I'm quite gentle, yet assertive.
Gross.
And we got more company.
SG-1 takes rudimentary positions. More guards approach. So I think the Tzatziki was bad. I'm glad we're on patrol. I feel like I can... Oh, God, no! SG-1 attacks, disabling and disarming them.
He had a butter knife.
This one had an IOU for a real gun.
Oh, come on.
No, sir, it checks out. IOU 1 handgun. Your god, Pan.
Are we sure this guy's a gold and not just a rich pervert?
Essentially synonyms.
He's got a point.
A squad of large Limbaugh boat salesman guards approach in mismatching Hawaiian shirt outfits.
Look alive, people.
SG-1 beats them up too, really badly. The only one left awake is crying.
I'm starting to feel kind of bad, sir.
Yeah, well, they chose to be here. Look, we're here to stop a goal.
I feel like that raises an ethical dilemma as to whether or not we are operating under informed consent, and thus whether or not they are actually responsible for their own actions.
Well, you weren't informed this would happen, yet you acted.
What would?
Oh, O'Neill strikes Daniel upside his head.
Ow! Jack, come on.
More!
How many people can this island hold? this island reasonably sustain?
So far, this many.
O'Neill waves his arms towards the cultists.
And the guards.
And the goats.
Gross.
Yeah, gross, but goats.
The guards arrive, startled. Who are? Ah! SG-1 takes out this wave of guards too.
Guys, not so flashy. We don't want to.
We don't want the great god Pan to be aware of our position.
Yeah, what he said. Oh, crap.
Crap indeed, Tauri warrior. Pan and his entourage have arrived on the battlefield outside the compound. They're actually armed. SG-1 lifts their arms and a standoff ensues. You see? This is all your brothers can muster to combat a god. This pathetic force.
We've severely injured 38 of your people.
I have 100!
Point them out. We'll injure them too.
Gladly.
You will not stop me. My queen will sire a powerful Halcesis. I will father Satyrian wars who are able to wage war on the system lords.
Well, that solves that question.
You would question the fearsome god Pan.
We were wondering how stupid and delusional you were.
Set the gold standard.
You dare mock me!
Indeed.
Kree Jafar, come, serve your god. Betray these humans and I shall remake you into my first prime. We will create a competent Jafar army and conquer this world.
I will die free, Pan.
How could you possibly know my name? Teal'c readies himself for melee combat.
All Jaffa know the name of the false god, Pan.
They tell stories of me?
Indeed.
Kree Jafar, what do they say?
Only what you wish everyone to know about you.
That I am the rightful heir to Ra's empire! Really?
No. That you are a goat fuck.
One of the guards fires a handgun and a firefight ensues. Carter and O'Neill take defensive positions and begin firing. Daniel drops flat to the ground and begins firing. Pan's vanguard is returning fire haphazardly, with several injury-based friendly fire incidents. Teal'c has taken this opportunity to first strike Pan, smashing Pan's gold hand weapon. They engage in a struggle, first over the staff weapon, then when it is thrown just out of their mutual reach, a hand-to-hand melee brawl. This is made easier for Teal'c due to Pan's vanguard being complete garbage with normal ballistic weaponry, as even though the gold Pan enables his host to have superior strength and speed, Pan's vanguard has shot Pan in the back several times with small arms fire, and even managed to land a short spear and an arrow in his buttocks, one per cheek. No! I must protect my queen!
We'll abuse this mountain animal no further.
Pan begins to run towards his goat queen, and Teal'c recovers the staff weapon. Teal'c opens fire, catching Pan in the back. Oh, I forgot how much that hurts. Teal'c approaches Pan with caution.
No matter how pathetic you are a false god. Today you die at my hand, and the hand of a free Jaffa.
Jaffa, I would know the name of my killer.
You die at the hands of Teal'c, of false god.
If you spare me, take me to my sarcophagus. Heal me. I will make you my first prime. Reborn as G.O.A.T. I can give you wealth, power, the freedom to train a proper army, any of my lesser but still beautiful concubines. You can pick from the humans if you wish, though I don't really know why you would. I mean, look at them, disgusting, but I mean, if that's what you wanted.
It is a tempting offer, but I can't help but notice you have something on your chest.
What is it? Teal'c fires his staff weapon at near point-blank range.
You have quite the nasty wound.
Establishing exterior, Cheyenne Mountain Complex. The same truck is entering the mountain.
Stop saying nice every time.
Establishing interior, debriefing room.
So that's it then. That's all it took.
Indeed, sir. Teal'c managed to kill him during the ensuing firefight.
And the civilians?
Most of them have been relocated to Area 51.
SG-4 did say they picked up some alien tech, possibly Asgard, able to erase memories. We can scramble them up just enough to forget about the gold or the firefight.
Erasing their memory would be most merciful, considering.
Yeah, that guy, I mean, the gold are sick, but that's just...
I'm glad we didn't actually have to see it.
I think that would have earned us some hazard pay.
You could be the lead scout if we ever run into something like this again.
Is it a case of earnest desire or merely morbid curiosity, Daniel Jackson?
It's not really worth it, Daniel. The shock factor only lasts a matter of minutes, then it's just the slow, grindy, filthy work of the whole affair.
Everyone looks at General Hammond with a surprise.
There's a saying in Texas, Colonel.
Can't possibly begin to fathom where you're going with this.
Please don't, sir.
We've all been to Oklahoma once, Captain. SG-1, you are dismissed.
Hammond exits.
Okay, so was that the saying, or was it?
SG-1 looks confused and discusses this amongst the four of them. The camera begins panning away as the screen fades to black. Cut to credits. I don't know about you guys. I can kind of see why maybe they didn't air this one.
Hogwash is a good episode. It's a great episode.
Cowards, honestly.
That was funny.
It's the best episode they ever had.
Yeah. Well, you guys, all of you did a very nice table read. I'm very proud of all of you. Thank you for joining us tonight. And
Gold standard, yes.
Yeah, yes. It's the gold standard. So yeah, I guess from our wonderful little family to yours, happy holidays, because there's I guess four of them I can count. Let's see, there's the Christian Christmas.
Well, we just had solstice.
We just had solstice. We got New Year's, and I guess there's Greek Orthodox coming up.
Yep.
Anybody know when Ramadan is this year?
Well, it's in the fall.
Okay, so we'll just catch that one early. We'll just catch it early.
All I can think about is beautiful goats.
Yeah, this episode was definitely made by goats, that's for sure. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in 2024.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.